And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's pulled in at the 32. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And some room to work. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the...
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 14. And the Lions first down.
Ready, set.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
26.
Second down and goal. Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play Week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? But Week 15, when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
We're scoreless after one. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now following the touchdown, Hofrichter to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
On the double.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command. Not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now back to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Back to throw now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Finding room at midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll run wide side with Jones. And some room to run now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 75. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now following the touchdown, Hofrichter to kick off. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in point. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quay Walker. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because...
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Fielded at about the 28.
Ready up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween.
He's got a man, complete.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Set, go. Watch out now, 52. Yellow, one. Ready?
They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
He'll look to throw.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Guaranteed they've been talking a lot about, can we find something that'll go our way? And that tip ball, that definitely just did.
Well, and with this margin manageable, yeah, that gives them a little juice maybe on the tip.
Yeah, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. That could help them get right back in it.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And now here's another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Hey, you block over here.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 4-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll look to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, it's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here comes the Lions punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson,
33 yards.
and the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Now following the touchdown, Hofrichter to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he doesn't have a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You
yeah.
see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
On third down, here's Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. On now, Tucker McCann. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. McCann's kick up and good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete.
Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Looking to throw. Got his man. It's Williams.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now a first down carry by Jones.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah.